960, radio check.
So what we look for is any disturbance in the ground.
In the dark by ground. And at racing speeds on the Rio Grande at daybreak.
We had a shooting incident.
Border Patrol agent Christina Smallwood shows us what border enforcement looks like in South Texas under Trump 2.0.
Since the new administration started, how has your job changed?
It hasn't.
She still tracks smuggler hotspots and analyzes footprints from border crossers.
Maybe evening hour foot traffic.
So last night?
Right.
The most significant changes, she says, President Donald Trump ending the Biden-era CBP-1 app, which was used by migrants to enter the U.S. legally, and the de facto end of catch and release, a term for authorities releasing migrants into border communities after immigration processing.
What is the biggest impact?
Apprehension, detention, ultimately leading to removal.
She says the de facto end of catch and release is not due to a directive from the president, but actually the result of extremely low migrant crossings and swift deportations.
We spoke to a Border Patrol agent.
Sister Norma Pimentel is the head of the prominent migrant respite center in the area, who over the years has received tens of thousands of migrants from Border Patrol under both Republican and Democratic administrations.
So since Trump took office, the number of migrants released to
are very
few.
Almost zero.
Almost zero.
Right.
So practically the end of what they call catch and release.
Correct.
She says not zero, but close enough. Monthly migrant apprehensions on the U.S. southern border started declining over a year ago. Last summer, after the Biden administration essentially barred asylum and upped deportations, border crossings plunged further. Despite the sizable drop, President Trump declared a national emergency.
Stop the invasion at our southern border.
Citing in part a flood of migration, announcing tariffs, some of those now deferred, all while continuing an ICE enforcement blitz across the country's interior that has led to more than 8,700 arrests.
In South Texas,
Eddie Guerra, the Democratic sheriff of Hidalgo County, says the ICE blitz has taken 6 suspected criminals off the streets.
What types of crimes?
individuals with aggravated assaults, sexual assaults, indecency with children.
The Republican mayor of McAllen, Javier Villalobos, has some reservations about another looming Trump policy.
What concerns you most about the tariffs?
Our economy, putting food on the table, inflation.
Historically, migrant crossings are cyclical, which means the de facto end of catch and release could just be temporary. Take Trump's first term. Migrant crossings initially dropped, but then spiked in 2019. At the time, Sister Norma said Border Patrol was sending up to 1,000 migrants a day to her center, and ICE described it like this.
A humanitarian and national security crisis, the likes of which we have never seen.
Which raises concerns about yet another aspect of Trump 2.0, the move to freeze federal aid that nonprofits in cities like McAllen depend on during migrant surges.
The city should not be footing the bill.
Back on the Rio Grande with Agent Smallwood, all quiet after hours of patrol.
Do you see any footprints?
I don't. No activity this morning.
Rosa Flores, CNN, along the U.S.-Mexico border.